Police say they want to talk with the Dallas Cowboys player about a murder investigation.
Dallas police sources told us that their investigators want to speak with Kelvin Joseph, although they gave no indication about his potential involvement.
According to surveillance video released by the Dallas police, there was an incident between two groups of friends at a Dallas nightclub that included Kelvin Joseph and Cameron Ray. Later, after the incident, shots came from an SUV passing by as 20-year-old Cameron Ray and his friends walked to their car. Police arrived and found Cameron Ray shot. He was transported to an area hospital where he was pronounced dead. One day after the Dallas police spoke with Kelvin Joseph, two suspects were arrested for the murder of Cameron Ray. For a little backstory, Kelvin Joseph is a cornerback for the Dallas Cowboys. He was drafted by the Cowboys in the second round of the 2021 NFL Draft. Joseph's attorney, Barry Sorrell, said Friday that Kelvin Joseph was a passenger in a vehicle from which the gunshots were fired that killed Cameron Ray, but he was not the shooter. Yeah, because I always hang out with guys with guns. Kelvin Joseph did not shoot Cameron Ray. Mr. Ray's death is a tragedy, and Kelvin extends his deepest condolences for the family's loss. On the night of the shooting, Kelvin was unarmed and was not looking for violence. He found himself in a situation that escalated without his knowledge or consent. Along with condolences to the Ray family, Kelvin apologizes to the Dallas community for being anywhere near this type of incident. How many times have someone else had to apologize for you? Why is Kelvin Joseph not on the air someplace apologizing profusely for what happened? The investigation is ongoing, and we intend to respect the process. I.e., he's flipping, he's snitching. You see, the Cowboys encouraged Kelvin Joseph to meet with the police and tell them all the details that he knew concerning the incident. As I said earlier, the day after Kelvin Joseph met with the Dallas police arrested the two gentlemen that they say did the shooting and killed Cameron Ray. The Dallas Cowboys are aware of the tragic incident that occurred. First and foremost, our hearts go out to Mr. Ray's family and his loved ones. The organization is aware of Kelvin Joseph's possible connection to the incident. We are in contact with Dallas law enforcement and have alerted the NFL office. We have no further comment at this time. Obviously, what we're seeing here is Kelvin Joseph is cooperating with the help of the Dallas Cowboys with the Dallas police in investigating what really went on. He basically has flipped on the buddies that were in the car with him. You know, there's one solution to this mess, and people don't want to embrace it. That is, when you get to the NFL, when you get to the NBA, when you get to a higher position in life, when you're making potentially millions of dollars, it's okay to forget where you came from. There's an old mantra in the hood where people will tell you you forgot where you came from. Actually, turn that around. I didn't forget where I came from. I remember where I came from, and I don't want to go back there. That little twist of perspective will help a lot of these knuckleheads from getting in trouble by hanging out with the same entourage that they did back when they were in college or high school. This has to stop. At some point, men have to become men. They have to stop acting like children and hanging out with hood rats. You have to know the company you keep reflects upon you. You're an NFL cornerback. You're supposed to be a model of the community. You're supposed to be a stand-up person, and you're hanging out with armed thugs going to nightclubs. Come on, man, you've got to elevate yourselves. You complain about Tony Dungy talking about fatherhood and being a good family man, yet the alternative is hanging out with guys that you think are your friends, that are armed, possibly slinging drugs, doing who knows what, just because they were there at the beginning. It's okay to move on. It's okay to go to another neighborhood. Don't look back. Remember where you came from. Just make sure you don't go back there. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know who needs to hear this, but there's nothing wrong with saying, you know, I remember my days in the hood. I'm not going back there. I'm not hanging out with that crowd. They're no good for me. That's what Kelvin Joseph has to do. That's what a lot of NBA players and a lot of NFL players have to do. It's no good for you. If people aren't improving your life, more than likely they're detracting from it. That's just what I think. Let me know what you think. Are you tired of seeing these stories over and over where somebody goes back to the hood, ends up in a shooting, damages their credibility, possibly hurting their career? Who knows what the Cowboys are going to do next? I'm over it. I wish more men would look to people like Tony Dungy and lean on them and say, guys, you gotta change. There's nothing wrong with cutting bait from your old friends. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Let me know what you think. Talk to you soon.